Alright, so fire is here, and I am ready to kill the king. So, some items I'm leaving behind. I don't need this anymore. I don't need the gold. I don't need this. It's gonna be more gold. I don't need that because I can't leave the king fight. One block isn't really great, so I really don't need that. I don't need that. It's for loot. And then extra ring of Evan. Actually, I had 3 rings of Evan. I already left the other one behind in another dungeon. And then, yeah, this one I'm leaving behind. And I got this one equipped, which has better stuff on it that I like. And then my other ring is a ring of immunity. And then I got ring of sustenance for if I'm running around too much. And then third leg of the imp for my third ring has immunity on it, which is very important for the fire, frost, and shock immunities. And then I got a wand of shifting. That way, if I really need to get away, I can use that to teleport, as opposed to, even though I have the spell phase shift, I can use that because I might miscast it. Blessed wand of scripting to make more scrolls. Like I can make more master scrolls of recharging, and a blessed wand of maelstrom. This was a master wand of maelstrom, and then I blessed it with a blessed scroll of recharging, so it made it a blessed one. And wands of maelstrom are amazing. They insta kill most targets when they're masters that aren't immune to death. So it won't kill you as long as you're immune to death, but you still, if you aren't immune to death, you want to make sure you're at least 5 spaces away when you use it, because it covers a pretty big area. And in this new version, I can't even quite tell how big the area is. But anyway, so the fights, as far as Germer and Dreadlord Naven, they were a little bit different. The main areas were the same, but they added a little bit more. So I'm curious what's different with this fight, if anything, with the king. So I'm going to go start it, and then we'll find out. And yeah, these are all my other charms. Sun effects is pretty good to have when you're fighting the king, because there's guys with shields. And Shield Bash stuns you, which is different from paralysis. It's a different immunity, and the only way to get it is from a amulet of protection, or this rabbit's foot, or the king's amulet, which you don't get till after you kill the king. So it's kind of moot at that point. But yeah. And then this, now you can get disarmed, so this is pretty nice, especially because I'm playing a close range character. But I'll still do some casting because I got, that's why I'm wearing light armor. Well, I pretty much always wear light armor. Actually, if I could, I would be wearing no armor, but I'm not able to do that because I had to redo all the heritages. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to start this. I am all good to go. Normally I'd have scrolls of invisibility, but since this is the first game I've made the Ring of Eben and I haven't killed the king, I get invisibility from it. It's either after you make it the first time or after you kill the king, then you no longer get the invisibility. So normally I would be carrying about like 4 invisibility scrolls. I'd do like 1 less blessing, a couple less stacks of food. I'd only carry 1 because this will be fine anyways, because I can pick up mushrooms and stuff like that. But this way I don't have to pick up mushrooms. And normally I'd only like bring like 1 blessing scroll, but I'm bringing 3 because I might need to repair my armor. Not that it's a huge deal if it gets damaged, because I'm immune to curses through immunity, because that's the only immunity I got. The rest is just stats, and it wouldn't be a huge deal if it broke. But that's why I like wearing no armor. That way I don't have to worry about it breaking. Okay. So, and then a blessed Ghost Form amulet. And anyways, yeah, I think double check my immunities. Okay, I got 20-22, which is overkill. But I'm immune to anything that matters. I'm also immune to silence, even though it doesn't say there, because I have silent cast, which is a pretty nice skill to have, pretty much any build if you can get it. And then, yes, my Blessed Amulet of Free Action, which is my favorite amulet in the game. Best amulet in the game. Alright. So, should be, yep, the last quest. Alright. see how it is. Always search before you move. It should always be the same, but they added stuff and I don't know all of what they added. I always like the torches, that way I can phase shift backwards if I need to. Okay, plenty of mushrooms along the way. Okay, so this is normally where you would go in. Normally you just start here in the before 2.0. Like this, all that area below me would not be there. So, which is good. That was kind of unfair. Oh, all the torches are lit. Nice. Oh, there's no guys in here just about. So, I don't know. I killed all the encounter bosses. The meticulous one is a challenge. And so, normally, before 2.0, and probably still now, you would fight first Gif and Gif, and then Prince Altrin. And I killed them. And so if you killed them during your playthrough, you wouldn't if you run into them as encounters. But let's go kill these guys. And sweet. I forgot, that's one thing I'd like to bring too, is a scroll of light's nice to bring. Oh, these aren't gates anymore. Oh. That means you can't cheese it the same way you used to. It's alright. We'll figure this out. Plus, I'll be invisible, so... Close that. That way, I can try to run away through that if I need to. Okay, and I always go in a circle around, because you want to kill the last guy so you're not down in here. And let me explore all the map. Okay, this is looking the same so far. Actually, this room I think has less guys. Yeah, so it was less guys, which is good, because there kind of was a lot of guys. It's like you really needed to be good top-end cheese to really help get through all of it, but... Okay, I'm not going to close any of the doors yet. And this trap here, yeah, is kind of... this chest, yeah. So you don't really need to, like, loot anything. But the only thing I'd ever really need is more food. Maybe a blessing scroll. Speaking of which... Oh, they seem to make fixed it where now you don't lose food now with free action, where before you would lose it at double speed. Oh, did I unlock this door? Oh yeah, I did, okay. Oh yeah, see if it's the same. Oh yeah, so if you loot... Yeah, okay, so all the guys will probably still res like before. So you have killed all my guards. They were no match for me. Okay, so once I kill all my undead, if it's the same, then the king will come out. So he comes out in the middle, and now I can't cheese him the same way I used to. I could still try to run away back there. But before you could close gates here at these three main entrances, and you could safely do ranged on the guys. But it's alright, this shouldn't be too bad. I mean, especially since I'm pretty overpowered. Actually, something I found out though, I don't need as high of agility. I used to never get as high, but it was so much easier to get higher because of all the new armor pieces. And so I got 18 agility, but it turns out dual wielding, the max modifier is 8, which is 15. So I got 3 extra, so I could have got Could have had probably more like 100 life. But not a big deal. Let's use the stamina. Why not? Buff. But yeah, so the design's a little bit different. The gates, obviously, so you can't choose it anymore. I guess I get that. I'm going to close that door, because I don't know exactly what's going to happen this way. I'll rebuff one last time. And eat up. And drink up. Okay. You really are becoming a nuisance. Show yourself already! Alright, so... Precast remaining touch. Let's see... Oh! The throne room's up here, interesting. Oh, is that me? No, that's... Well, you know what? We're gonna do some of this on you guys. Oh god, I love that wand. So it doesn't lose its blessing. Might be all the guys. And so the king's immune to everything. Alright, so that's the king. So he's a little bit different, and it's good that they got rid of the gates, because it kind of forced you to cheese, slash if you didn't cheese, you would get screwed, because everything would filter in, and you could easily die by not closing the gates. This way it's not as bad, and there's not as many guys, and so you're moving up through it. So, yeah, I like it, the new way they did it. But it's gotta be Highlander. You do know there can be only one for Fubar's arc. And so, that, King Scare is pretty cool. I'll pick it up and go over it because it's kind of cool to look at. Oh yeah, I was curious. I didn't want to try this time. Next time I'll try the Ghoul's Tooth on him. I was afraid like there would be a negative effect because it's supposed to be like instant kill on everything, from what I understand. Yeah, that King Scare is pretty sweet. Oh, oops! I almost leave the crown. I don't want to leave the crown. Let's look at his. Oh, he'll D6 per turn. That's pretty sweet. Grants immunity to disarm. But yeah, so his armor is like plate armor, but it has max dodge and cast modifier of 3 instead of 0 or 1 for dodge if it's defined plate armor. Oh, and then his weapon is a conduit, which means you get to you'll have way less miscasts. You get to re-roll any miscast, and then yeah, it has all the base stats on it. It's pretty sweet. And then his helmet, yeah, same as the plate. And then his jewelry is pretty cool too. So this is a way you can also do the. I don't think he has stun immunity unless something he has now has stun immunity. So you'd still need the. Where is it? Oh yeah, the fluffy rabbit's foot to get immunity to stun effects. And then you can get. Let's see, not fully buffed. Safety conscious, yeah. By equipping all his gear, as long as you have the Fluffy's rabbit foots. Because yeah, it looks like that gives you immunity to disarm. Oh no, those two. Okay, yeah. But yeah, wow, he heals D6 turn, so you can't really like cheese fight if you gotta kind of move into there and kill him. I mean, I guess D6 isn't that much because it's 1 to 6 life per turn. And if you're hasted, that's 2 turns for you if you're full hasted with blessed free action. Okay, alright, so, yep. That pretty much does it for the king. So as soon as you loot the crown, the game will end and we'll get the ending sequence. Oh, and real fast before I do that, there are there's questions you get at the end, so I'm going to make sure I answer them differently each time. So it looks like I got to beat it 7 times, which is funny because I think there's 9 possibilities. Oh, cool, fair, interesting. Oh yeah, okay, so there's 9 different possibilities, so I don't know why. Yeah, there's only 7 titles. Okay, but I'm gonna do the first answer on each of them this kill, and then after that I'm gonna do first, second, first, third. Then I'll do first, second, first. Oh, whoa, that's more than... Oh, maybe I should look up how to do that. Oh, well, anyways. Because I was like, wait a second, that's 27 kills. But, yep, alright, so we killed the king. I am now the new king. I know I have more turns than anyone else, which isn't a good thing as far as, like... But it's because I was doing all the heritages, and I tend to play with a lot of turns. Well, that's kind of faded. As you place the crown on your head... Oh, I see, it's coming to be able to read easier. Whispers start hearing in the hallways, growing stronger with every breath you take. The king is dead. Long live the king. You have defeated King Tonizuka in a fair challenge, and you are now the rightful ruler of Frostmourne. According to the ancient laws, it is now your right to have your way with the servants in any way that pleases you. Should you become bored or there animosity amongst your people, you can always throw a few peasants down from the walls. Be as it may, you are now ready for the test of leadership. Alright, so before I can start a new game, gotta answer some questions. Serving gather spills wine. Okay, so like I said, for the first one, I'm just going to answer the first question on all of them. Feed her to the lions as punishment. Go on with the questions. A starving farmer refuses to give his crop. Will you mercilessly slaughter the farmer and his family? Yes, that's what we're going to pick. And then I don't have all day. 2 women claim to be a baby's mother. Will you stab the baby and kill the less shocked woman? Yes. So what's the verdict? Steve's Or the Just. So let's see, it took me... And I could have did a few more challenges, but I was like, I want to get it. Kill the king. So I know I think the most turns someone else had was like 90,000 or something like that. I'll look at it. So I think, because now it keeps track of the turns I was saying, so I'll look at the leaderboard and see. But yeah. Look at all that stuff. Okay, so let's start a new game. I'm going to change to a different colored shirt so I can get that. I had a lot of times like playing without a title. I like the legend one though, even though it's not as hard as some of them to get. Let's go with Festive Who. everything else. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna do agility again, and then I might try to do a shape shifting build. Oh, and then I'll have my dog. That's right. Okay. All right. Yay! And then let's see, is it F2? Okay. So yeah, I should be at the bottom of the. By the way, there's a way to cheese. That's why some of the turns are so much less. But let's see. Yeah, I knew it. Oh, okay. Someone was over 100,000, but I knew I'd be the slowest because I did so many of the heritages. Like I don't know, basically all of them, but the antidote one that I did in that one game, and there was more I could have did, but I just, like I said, I want to get it killed, and so all of these challenges that they did in that game too. Yep, I got my doggy, and yeah, so that's how you do the king fight. It's a little bit different, and normally you wouldn't have the permanent invisibility. Or if it's your first time and you have a Ring of Ebon, you would have that, but otherwise you wouldn't have that. And so, like I said, I would normally bring in invisibility scrolls, but I don't think the way it is now I would need that many. But yeah, so that's how you do the fight. And so I'm gonna get off for now. So this is Fire signing off. Thank you for watching.